everyone! So, I'm doing my Patreon video for you guys, finally. This past week was Thanksgiving, so there was just a lot going on, between, getting work done and making sure that I had time set aside this past weekend for family. And, how did everybody's Thanksgiving go? Leave some comments below, I want to hear about it. But, I first off would like to, do a little shout out to my two patrons right now on Patreon, Derek from Dark Knight Rising and Mozzarella Sticks with an X. I just got on Patreon and noticed that I have a new patron, and I wanted to do a little shout out to you guys. Thank you for supporting me already. But yeah, let's jump right in. So, what's Patreon? I get this question quite a lot when I bring up to family and friends, and really anybody who is like, hey, I love your videos. I'm like, hey, if you'd like to subscribe, or not subscribe, to support me further, go ahead and go check out my Patreon. I'm not telling anybody that they have to donate. It's all at your discretion. But Patreon is an online program that allows, if I seem like I'm looking down a lot, it's because I wrote notes so that I would make sure that I got everything out. So I'm reading my notes. Anyway, it's an online program that allows users to help support creators, whether it be bloggers, YouTubers, crafters, and so on. Unlike Kickstarter, though it is not working towards one particular goal, it's more of a way to continuously support a creator's creations so that they can continue to create. As opposed to, I've had a Kickstarter, and, normally, Kickstarters is oh, hey, I'm trying to get this product or this project off the ground, and I need X amount of money to do it. Patreon is more hey, you guys want to tip me? These are my goals, but this is, the way that the goals work on Patreon is that, once I get to so many, patrons and earns X amount of money per month, those are goals to go back into the project. So, the money that goes in every month goes into making sure that lighting's good, making sure that I have props, review materials so that I can get things to review for you guys, stuff like that. And then the goals is once I get to X amount of dollars each month for patronage, I don't know if that's a fucking word, but it is now. Anyway, that way I can go to these goals. Right now I've got, I believe I've got a new camera on there so that I can get more HD videos to you guys, because I know that my webcam isn't the greatest. And I have to give a huge shout out, thank you to Derek right now, from Dark Knight Rising. He has his own channel. I'm sure he'll comment on this, for sending me a microphone, because my microphone was absolute shit on this laptop, and I tried to buy 3 different laptops that just, microphones that just were not working, and he sent me this one, and it works perfectly, and as you can tell, you can hear me, so that's lovely, and thank you very much, Derek. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. But, as I was saying, it, one of my goals is to get a better camera so that I can film better, videos, and I'd also like to be able to do giveaways at some point from the money that comes from Patreon. So, you can, it's all up to you how much money you spend on it. You can donate $1 a month. I have 2 patrons. One of them donates $1, one of them donates $2 every month. That's my monthly earnings right now. You can set limits, say I make 20 videos a month and you do $1 video, because you can do it like that. You can set a limit to where you only pay $10 a month, you won't pay any more than $10 a month, or you could just do $1 per video. It's really up to you. You completely have control over how much money gets sent to the creator that you choose. Right now, the patron perks are my utter gratitude. I can't specify or explain enough how incredibly grateful I am to my patrons. It means a lot to me that people want to support what I do in general.
especially like my intellectual ideas, things, projects that I want to get done, and aesthetically or not. And then I've also set it up so that patrons have access to my Patreon feed. And what my Patreon feed is a direct way to talk to me about, say, you've got an idea for a video for me to make, or if you've got specific questions you want to answer. That's a way to directly talk to me. So if notes closed, that means you also get to see, like, while I'm uploading, I always post on my Patreon feed, like, hey guys, I'm working on this is gonna be up soon. Like, I post about what I'm creating, what I'm doing for my channel. I've posted some Instagram content on there, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's what the Patreon feed is, and you can't really access the full extent of it unless you're a patron. So that's what patron perks are. I want to, in the future, have better, like, patron perks, maybe like a live hangout, something. I will figure out something in the future, but for right now, this is all that I've got. It's all I can do. I'm working on it. But, yeah, and I will leave the link to my Patreon, that one, below, so that you guys can get there. You can check it out. I've got, like, a little description on my page about, like, my channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, stuff like that. A little more information on Patreon, patron perks, all that fun stuff, and a little personal note for you guys at the very end, so go check that out. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you guys, and I'm really, really grateful for the fact that I have the ability to get on YouTube and to talk to you guys and to have interactions with everybody. And I really appreciate all of the feedback that I get from you guys, whether it be in comments or on any other social media. I really appreciate it. I do. Well, that about wraps it up. If you guys want to check that out, go for it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a like. If you want to stay tuned for more, give us a little subscribe thing. I'm pretty sure it's in this section. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome day. Stay beautiful.